Alright, and welcome back to our second episode of our Ocarina of Time Slow Run. My wife has said I have 20 to 30 minutes to play before she gets the computer for her homework. So let's see. Let's see if I can beat the Deku Tree and say all the stuff I want to say in 20 to 30 minutes. So here we are in the first major dungeon, the Deku Tree. Okay, so you hear that change in the music. So of course nowadays it's really common to have like a different tune that plays when you're near enemies. But this is like one of the first games to do that. Like apart from like an RPG where... Okay, so this is the way the game wants you to fight. You're supposed to use the targeting and keep your shield up and circle around and wait for the opportunity. But, you know, this game just... And sometimes this game will force you to wait in combat like that for the opening, but, whenever possible, I'm gonna try and Dark Souls it, like that. Okay, so if you kill those guys by hitting them in the stock, they turn into a stick, but if you just beat them in their bulbous head a few times, they drop a Deku Nut. So, Navi's gonna say, hey, look, this web is interesting. Look down there. Anyway, so, I've got some sticks and nuts. I'm going to assign those to Sorry, excuse me. I'm going to assign those to the C buttons so we can use them later, in addition to our sword and shield. So the Deku Nuts are, they don't do much, like I hardly ever use them. But, they work like that, like a little stun grenade. Okay, and we're ready for Navi's tutorial about climbing walls with vines on. Alright, so she says maybe we can climb it, and we will. So what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to try and climb and get spotted by one of these spiders, and he's gonna knock us off. Cheeky bastard. But, what I didn't know, and learned from watching someone else play, is that if you just sit still, they forget about you. I mean, we can sneak all the way up, but we don't have the item we need to really progress, so we just gotta go in the right order and play by this dungeon's rules. So we won't go up there yet. So we found the dungeon map, and it actually is a copy of the floor plan of another dungeon in this game. As I will surely point out when we get there. Oh, so if you lock onto enemies and ask what Navi says, she'll tell you something about it. Skull Ball Tola. Don't touch it. So we're gonna do a heroic jump. Oh! Okay. Son of a bitch. Time limit. So yeah, to avoid stuff like that, you can center the camera behind you. Great. I'm a little embarrassed I dropped. I missed that jump. So here's how we can open doors by pressing the context-dependent button. And we're getting this tutorial now because this is the first door we've encountered in our adventure. There were no doors in Kokiri Village. Okay. So here's an enemy that you're forced to fight like that. So you gotta use your shield to bounce his nuts back at him, and then you gotta chase him and confront him. And sometimes he'll dodge around like that. You'll hide if we're too close, and you gotta bounce back at him. I know someone like that. Forgive me, Master. If I give you a clue, will you let me go? These guys all sound like, these Deku Scrubs all sound like Woody Allen in my imagination. But I can't actually do a Woody Allen voice, so I'm not going to. He gave us some useful advice, but then he made it sound like it's not that good. Very exasperating. I'll give a little heart. Okay, so here's a great tutorial room. That's the way we came. So what we're supposed to do is jump off this platform, but it collapses like that. And we were supposed to just jump off the other side. But, you know, if you do happen to mess that up, there are these obvious finds right here. And up there is just a chest with a heart. We don't need it. Screw it. This is the important thing. And we got the slingshot. Which is going to be our bread and butter. Bread and butter for a while. I don't like how the model doesn't have a pouch on the strap. If you try and use a slingshot without a pouch on it, it won't work. It'll be hard going. So, suppose we knock down that platform. We'll go ahead and save. And we want to get back. Oh, what's this? A puzzle. So. Oh man, I need to mess with the sensitivity. But I'm going to see if I can do it without. So yeah, don't we feel clever for knocking down that ladder that was conveniently placed there for us? Yeah, this dungeon is like painfully tutorial, but you know, that was what we needed back in the day. Like this game introduced a lot of new tricks, and I guess the creators just wanted to be absolutely certain that we wouldn't miss too much. Oh, what was that over there? Deku Seeds. So, yeah, we have Deku Seeds and Deku Nuts, which confuses me because I always thought that a nut and a seed were the same thing. Basically, like, if they're not exactly the same thing, I was under the impression that the seeds are in the nuts, and if something has nuts, it won't have something else that's also a seed. Anyway, you know what I mean. So here we are, base Skulltula. So we're gonna learn about jump attacks. So for a good part of your jump attack, your body is actually in front of your sword, so if you get the distance wrong, you'll take damage, like I just did. And it takes 2 normal sword strikes to get these guys, but for some reason a bunch of enemies are vulnerable to Deku sticks. I don't know. So here we got a nice little Zelda puzzle. Yes, that was what you just saw on that switch there. Oh, how nice, a source of sticks in case we get stuck in this room. Yeah, this particular dungeon is super forgiving. Oh, big chest has got to be good, right? Not necessarily. It's the compass. It basically just shows us on our map where unopened treasure chests are. And I'm gonna get this Scully boy. Yeah. Gotta watch the distance with that jump attack. Those Deku Babas actually strike pretty fast when they strike. So, here's a use for the Deku Stick. It's a torch. What's this? Nobby's not pointing us at it. It's clearly a spider. So when you destroy those special golden ones, we get a token proving that we destroyed it. And that was our first one in the game. They become important later. They're worth collecting. They're hidden all around. So now you see that little chest disappeared from our mini-map down there at the bottom. I think this is one of the first games that have a little mini-map like that, too. There's just all these things we take for granted that, as far as I know, this game was really like the first to put all together, if not the first to do outright. So yeah, like, I have to admit, I'm a little tired of being obsessed with this game. Oh, you see what I did there? Man, I felt... It was so cool when I figured out how to do that the first time I was playing that. So, there's some stuff around here we could be looking at. And, another one of those switches. Not hard to figure out. It pretty much just says step on me. And another heart, as if you're hurting for hearts. So I'm gonna... That's another one of those special golden ones. And we gotta jump! Yeah, and I made it into a jump attack to get a little bit more of the distance. That wasn't just to be fancy, it did have a purpose. Oh man, I really need to turn down the sensitivity of this slingshot. I'll do that on my own time. I gotta fiddle with the configuration and go back and forth. Try again, not really be happy with it and be like, oh, I guess that's good enough. Like, I know I'm good at this game, but if there's something I just happen to be bad at, I'll do that off camera on my own time. Bitch, how dare you? Got a heart. I don't know, we're probably about halfway through this dungeon, so I was just guilty of a crime I will often commit. So there was some webs there that we had to burn through, and because I know what to do, I'm a lot of times just going to automatically go about solving the puzzle before, you know, I've shown it to my viewer what the problem really is. I apologize for that. You'll never beat my brothers up ahead unless you punish them in the proper order. There's something very funny about that phrase there. You must punish them in the proper order. 2, 3, 1. 23 is number 1. Do you think I'm a traitor? These guys just sound so neurotic. Oh, I wonder what that's for. So my primer for this game was playing Link's Awakening on the Game Boy, and I just loved it. Like, it was really unlike anything I ever played, but... Okay. After you get in the water, you hold down A, you can dive. But there's some interesting things underwater. Right now I'm wondering who built this dungeon in the Deku Tree. Like, with switches. So what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to get over there, and the problem is that torture log will knock us off. So we're supposed to come over here and look at the interesting thing underwater. And yeah, we just saw it has like a crescent and star design on it. Interesting trivia about that. So now we hit that switch, there's a timer, but now the water level is lower, we can get under the torture log and jump over here. I'd like to save my Deku sticks. Okay, and here's a tutorial about how to push blocks with a context-dependent button. A lot of block pushing in this game. It's just a major feature of the puzzles. So, yeah, there's another crescent star on this. And there was a little misunderstanding and controversy about it. So, the crescent and star is a symbol that's associated with Islam. And I guess as they were making this game, someone remembered that Nintendo has a policy against depicting real world religions in their games. So I guess they quickly came over and changed that to some other ugly design that doesn't really mean much of anything. You can tell I'm not a fan of it. But, you know, there was never any outrage or any religious... So, what do you think you're supposed to do here? It's just one of those arbitrary Zelda things. Like, next to kill every enemy to open the door is light some torches to open the door. That's just Zelda logic. There's no reason there should be a fire-activated torch inside this ancient mystical tree. It's just Zelda logic. That's all you can put it up to. Anyway, so I'll use a... Yeah, you can freeze those guys with the little stun nuts. Anyway. So, no, there were no offended groups and, you know, no real outrage over the use of a religious symbol in this game. It's just Nintendo remembered their policy and like, oh, better change it. Yeah, I'm having just a hell of a time aiming. I know I can shoot those things down. Like, I know I'm allowed to. Oh well, screw it. I'll just provoke them. Come on, you. They take it. Two shots. What do you have to say? Gohma larva. Look when it's ready to pounce. Oh, and there's a third bad boy. And see there, I got damage on the jump attack. But that's how a true warrior fights. And yeah, there's some stuff back there if we can't actually get it yet. We gotta backtrack if we want to get everything in this dungeon. So, a big feature of Zelda dungeons, and you can put away your Deku sticks to conserve them, is the puzzles are based around the items that you got and what they do. Like, I'm using Deku sticks to light torches, and the slingshot to pierce those eye switches. So, if you don't know what to do, a good bet is just use the item you just got and see what that is. And that's how you beat Zelda games. They try to break that formula up in Breath of the Wild, the most recent Zelda game, because they give you pretty much all your tools right away, and you just have to remember that they're there and remember to use them. And come up with creative ways to use them. So, pushing that block down... Man, I forgot to show you what the puzzle was. Pushing that block down creates a shortcut so that we can go back and come back this way. So here's another web we gotta get through. And we can't cut through it with our little sword. Oh, that's another move. You can crouch manually with the shield and do a little stab from there, which is actually pretty handy sometimes. And these torches are up on I broke my stick. These torches are up on pillars, so we're not allowed to get them, so we gotta come all the way back here, get this guy, use Z to line up our jump, come back here, and do a little roll or a crouch. And my stick's gonna burn up. And here's a convenient little ivy wall if we want to get back. Oh, and here they are, the scrubs. Okay, so there's 2, and 3, and 1. 23 is number 1. So is that like a reference to Michael Jordan? There we go. I guess he's... How did you know our secret? Did somebody snitch on us? I'm going to reveal the secret of Queen Gohma to you. In order to administer the coup de grace to Queen Gohma... So yeah, these are... Administer the coup de grace? That's a big word for an 11-year-old. I didn't know quite what that meant. Strike with your sword while she's stunned. And you're supposed to learn by now that you can stun enemies with your nuts. Your stunning nuts. Anyway, so here we are. We're about to face the first boss. Are you ready? Is your inner child just quaking? Like, can you imagine yourself as this poor kid right now? What's he feeling? Let's just look at his idle animation and find out. He's got a bad feeling about this. Like, he's so scared he had to adjust his nuts right there. His stun nuts. So what's going on in here? It's a big chamber. Big Colosseum-like chamber. Oh, what's that? What in the bloody is that? Here's our boss, parasitic armored arachnid Gohma. Okay, so Gohma can go down really easy, or she can take a while. Because, I don't know, it's really random. You can just stun lock the crap out of her, and she can go down real fast. Oh, shoot. Also, she's the only enemy that sends minions after you. Like, did you see that? That's disgusting. And because I'm a real man, I don't mind fighting these minions. But like, of all the bosses in this game, she's the only one that sends her hatchlings after you. Also, when she comes at you, she comes pretty fast. So this, I don't know, just because you're so fragile at this point in the game, this encounter can be a little bit of a knife fight. In fact, I'm surprised I haven't beaten her already with the stuff. Man, if only... So I owe an apology to a friend. She was playing this for the first time, and I was like, oh, you gotta play this game. I was just so eager to share it with somebody. I gotcha. I guess making a drop like that makes me unlock the game. I said, oh, I'm not gonna help you. I'm gonna let you do it on your own, okay? Okay? And just 5 minutes later, I was like, use a Deku nut! Anyway, I owe my friend an apology for my outburst. Oh. And we gotta come and get our new heart container, which increases our maximum life energy. So we're supposed to walk into the light, but what I would really want to do is be cheeky and go out the way we came, except it's locked off. Not allowed, so we gotta go into the light. Well done, Pan. Alright, I hope you guys are ready for some exposition. You have fairly demonstrated thy courage. Be cheeky. No! You must know my time is short! I'm dying! A wicked man of the desert cast this dreadful curse on me. So, this came out in 1998. So talking about wicked men from the desert wasn't quite as loaded as it would be a few years later. But here he is, our wicked man from the desert. This evil man ceaselessly uses his vile sorcerous powers in search for the sacred realm that is connected to Hyrule. For it is in that sacred realm that one will find the divine relic, Triforce, which contains the essence of the gods. And if that doesn't give you a hard-on, I don't know what will. Before time, before spirits and life existed, 3 golden goddesses descended upon the chaos that was Hyrule. Here they come. Din, the goddess of power. Check out these models. Nairu, the goddess of wisdom. They're like a Farol, goddess of courage. They're like the Oscar. I'm sorry, drinking beer. The coconut ale. Din. With her strong flaming arms, she cultivated the land and created the Red Earth. Nairu poured her wisdom onto the earth and gave the spirit of law to the world. Farol, with her rich soul, produced all life forms who would uphold the law. But there was already grass there. Isn't grass a life form? The 3 great goddesses, their labors completed, departed for the heavens, and the golden sacred triangles remained at the point where the goddesses left the world. Since then, the sacred triangles have become the basis of our world's providence. And the resting place of the triangles has become the sacred realm. Thou must never allow the desert man in black armor to lay his hands on the sacred Triforce. Thou must never suffer that man with his evil heart to enter the sacred realm of legend. That evil man who cast the death curse upon me and sapped my power. Because of that curse, my end is nigh. Though your valiant efforts to break the curse were successful, I was doomed before you started. Yes, I will pass away soon, but do not grieve for me. I have been able to tell you of these important matters. This is Hyrule's final hope. And we popped a squat while we were listening to the story. What a kid thing to do. Pan, now go to Hyrule Castle. There, thou will surely meet the Princess of Destiny. Take this stone with you. The stone that man wanted so much that he cast the curse on you. You got the Kokiri's Emerald. This is the spiritual stone of the forest, now entrusted to you by the great Deku Tree. And once again, I really like how they did this model. Like, the spiritual stone just looks like a living gob of lime jello. And its gold mounting looks like the emblem on your shield. The future depends upon thee, Pan. Thou art courageous. Navi the fairy, help Pan to carry out my will. I entreat thee, Navi. Goodbye. Let's go to Hyrule Castle. Goodbye, great Deku Tree. Alright, so we just dealt with a lot. And here's Mido to hassle us. What did you do? The great Deku Tree, did he die? How could you do a thing like that? It's all your fault! So... I'm not really sure where to cap this off. So we just... We're destined now to leave the forest. We've been ordered to by the great Deku Tree. What? Where are you going? To the castle? Where's the castle? These poor kids probably don't even know what a castle is. Mido is very upset. Did something happen to him? So... let's see what this girl will say. Where are you going? The castle? Oh wait, she was says the same thing. Okay, we're gonna catch just a little bit more information, then I'll call it for the episode. We Kokiri will die if we leave the forest. You're not gonna try and leave the forest, are you? So, we had a certain sort of adventure here in Kokiri Forest. We were visited by a guardian spirit who took us to a mystical tree, which invited us to go inside it and defeat a death curse. And then we heard some stuff about the sacred realm and the power of the gods, and you know, we were having prophetic dreams. So we've just been in a very interesting space. Like we had some sort of physical, actual representation of some sort of shamanic journey, and you know, I use those words with hesitation. I'll talk more about that later. So we're about to leave this Neverland-like place, and the next episode we're going to have a big, serious change of tone. Until then, signing off, and next episode we are actually going to leave Kokiri Forest. Will it kill us? Will we die? We'll see then.